Most men are harmless, domesticated, safe. They have traded their claws for comfort and their teeth for approval. They walk into a room and the atmosphere doesn't change. They speak and people interrupt them. They get angry and people laugh. But then there is the other kind, the outlier. He doesn't have to shout to be heard. He walks into a chaotic room and the chaos settles. Not out of respect, but out of primal fear. Niccolo Machiavelli didn't write for the harmless. He wrote for the dangerous. He understood that in a world of wolves, being a sheep is not a virtue. It is a suicide mission. If you clicked this video, it is because you feel a shift happening inside you. You are tired of being the sheep, tired of the nice guy script that society handed you at birth, becoming something else, something sharper, something colder, something dangerous. When I say dangerous, I do not mean violent. Violence is the tool of the weak man who has lost control. I mean dangerous, in the way an iceberg is dangerous. Silent, massive, unshakable, capable of sinking unsinkable ships simply by existing. A dangerous man cannot be manipulated, guilt-tripped, or shamed into submission. He knows exactly who he is. And because of that, he is the most powerful person in any room he enters. You are shedding your old skin. Transformation is destructive. Machiavelli called this virtue, not virtue in the religious sense. Virtide, in the ancient sense, skill, strength, the ability to look the world in the face, see it for the nasty, brutish place it is, and navigate it with a surgeon's precision. Today we walk through the 7 signs you are crossing the threshold, becoming the man Machiavelli wrote about. The man everyone watches, the man everyone secretly fears. There is a sign number 0 I will reveal only at the end. It is the price of this power. Most men refuse to pay it, will you? Sign 1, the death of the nice guy, the most painful sign. It is the death of your need to be liked. For years you were trained to be nice. We all were. We were told that if we are polite, if we set ourselves on fire to keep others warm, the world will reward us. But you've looked around and realized it is a lie. The nice guy finishes last, not because he is good, but because he is weak. His kindness isn't a choice. It is a compulsion. He is nice because he is terrified of conflict. Agreeable because he is terrified of rejection. You are becoming dangerous because you have stopped confusing being good with being weak. Machiavelli wrote that it is much safer to be feared than loved, because love is preserved by obligation, which is broken at every opportunity, but fear preserves you by a dread of punishment which never fails. How many times has your loyalty been repaid with indifference? The shift happens when you stop seeking validation and start demanding respect. Your no has become heavier. You no longer apologize. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you spend your time. This terrifies people. They will say you used to be so helpful. What they mean is you used to be so easy to use. You are cutting dead weight. Friends who drain you. Habits that weaken you. Cold, surgical precision, not emotional. Simply closing the door. You are becoming a sovereign. Sign 2. Emotional 0 point. The second sign is that you have stopped reacting. The average man is A, his stimulus. Someone cuts him off in traffic, he rages. His boss sends a passive-aggressive email, he panics. A woman rejects him, he spirals. He is a puppet, and the world holds the strings. Anyone can reach inside his chest and squeeze his heart. But you are feeling a distance growing. A gap between the event and your reaction. A pause. A silence. Machiavelli used the metaphor of the fox and the lion. The lion is pure force, pure reaction. The fox is cunning. The fox knows traps. You are becoming the fox. You can observe chaos without becoming chaotic. You can stand in the middle of a screaming match and feel your pulse remain steady. Your emotions are data, not directives. Just because you feel anger doesn't mean you have to act angry. The dangerous man treats his emotions like a dashboard. If a light blinks red, he notes it. He analyzes it, but he does not jerk the steering wheel and crash the car. When a crisis hits, your first thought is no longer, why is this happening to me? Your first thought is, what is the move? Sign 3, the removal of the pedestal. The third sign is the loss of your heroes. When we are boys, we look up to our fathers, to politicians, to celebrities. We put them on pedestals. We believe they are special, but as you become dangerous, gravity takes hold. You look at your father, and you don't see a god. You see a flawed man who was just winging it. You look at the politician, and you see a narcissist chasing power. You look at the woman you obsessed over, and you don't see an angel. You see a human being. This is desacralization. Machiavelli was hated because he did this to politics. He looked at kings and popes and said, these aren't divinely appointed rulers. They are just gangsters in nice robes. No one is coming to say peace and truth for us. You, the mentors you worshipped, are just people selling a product. The institutions you trusted are just systems designed to perpetuate themselves. Take people off the pedestal, and you can finally look them in the eye, negotiate, challenge, outmaneuver. You cannot fight a god, but you can fight a man. You are no longer a fan. You are a player. Sign 4, weaponized silence. The fourth sign is the one others notice. First, you have stopped broadcasting. In the age of social media, everyone is screaming, look at me. Look what I think. They treat their thoughts like chebin, confetti. They reveal everything, and because they reveal everything, they are defenseless. Machiavelli knew that information is power. To give away information freely is to give away power. You are becoming a void. You have stopped announcing your moves. When you have a big idea, you don't post it, you execute it. When you are hurt, you don't post a sad quote, you heal. When you are winning, you don't brag. You just win. This silence is weaponized. It makes people uneasy. In a negotiation, the person who speaks least holds the most power. The dangerous man does not trauma dump. He keeps his cards close. The world is not a therapy session. It is a battlefield. On a battlefield, you do not show the enemy where you are bleeding. Silence is the incubator of greatness. Noise is the killer of dreams. Sign 5, the capacity for controlled violence. Jordan Peterson said, a harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very dangerous man who has it under voluntary control. You are beginning to recognize the monster inside you. For years you repressed your aggression, your darkness. You thought being civilized meant having no teeth. But now you feel it. The capacity for destruction, and instead of being ashamed, you are integrating it. Without the capacity for mayhem, your peace means nothing. If you cannot bite, your kindness is just submission. You start training, lifting heavy iron, learning combat sports, not to hurt people, but to know that you could. There is a profound shift when a man knows he is physically capable of ending a confrontation. He becomes calmer, gentler. No need to posture. The chihuahua barks because it is terrified. The lion sleeps because it knows it is the king. You yoke your darkness to your chariot. Your anger becomes fuel. Your pride becomes your standard. Your selfishness becomes your boundary. You are not eliminating the monster. You are training him. Sign 6. Ruthless prioritization. The sixth sign is our boundary. Shift in how you view time and energy. Most men are wasteful. They waste hours scrolling, waste emotion on sports teams, Waste energy on arguments that don't matter. They are leaky vessels. You are becoming airtight before any activity. You ask one question. Does this make me stronger, sharper, or richer? Or does it make me weaker, duller, and poorer? If the answer is the latter, you cut it. You stop watching the news because it is designed to keep you anxious and powerless. You stop arguing in comment sections because it drains your focus, changes nothing. Killing time is suicide by increments. You are becoming boring to average people. They ask if you saw that show. You say no. They think you are missing out. You know they are the ones missing out, consuming the lives of others while neglecting their own. While they are distracted, you are drilling. Every hour spent on something mediocre is an hour stolen from something great. You are becoming a sniper. One shot, one kill, no wasted movement. Obsession is just the word the lazy use to describe the dedicated. Sign 7. The acceptance of solitude. The final sign, inevitable result of all the others. You are becoming comfortable with being alone. In fact, you are starting to crave it. Sovereignty is a lonely path, becomes, and the fewer people can breathe there with you. Most men panic if they are alone for 10 minutes. They pull out their phone. They turn on the TV. They need noise to drown out the voice in their head. But you are making friends with the silence. Your best ideas come in solitude. Your clarity comes in solitude. Your strength recharges in solitude. The sheep needs the flock, safe. The wolf does not. Machiavelli wrote his greatest works in exile. Stripped of his position, thrown out of Florence, forced to live on a farm. And in that solitude he saw the world more clearly than anyone in history. You do not need a group to validate your reality. Social pressure works by threatening exile. The dangerous man looks at them and says, I was already leaving, when you do not. Fear being alone. You are free. You are building a fortress inside yourself. People will come and you will welcome them. But if they leave, you will not collapse. You will lock the gate and continue your work. You are becoming the sun. You burn with your own fuel. Others can orbit you, but you do not depend on them to shine. If you recognize these signs in yourself, take a breath. You are becoming a dangerous man. You are killing the nice guy, mastering your emotions, seeing the world without illusions, moving in silence, integrating your darkness, focusing your energy, embracing solitude, becoming the man Machiavelli envisioned, a man of virtue, a man who shapes his own fate. Sign 0. The price of this power. You can never go back to sleep once you see the world as a game of power, strategy, and psychology. You cannot unsee it. You will always be analyzing, always watching, always apart. It is a burden, but it is a glorious one, because the world doesn't need more sheep. It has enough. It needs shepherds. It needs protectors. Men dangerous enough to confront the chaos and bring order to it. You are not becoming a monster. You are becoming a king. And a king watches over the realm.